Hello there. This video is a case study on getting your property right in regards to furnishings. Not just the big items, but all the items to get your property looking good for guests and giving them a good customer experience, the wow factor, and not leaving them frustrated because you don't have items. I'll use this property here as a nice case study because I was there a few weeks ago over in Lanzarote, booked a really nice place, and let me show you the pictures. So stunning, must be one of the best villas on the island. I mean, it was cracking throughout. And the property itself was perfect, but there was a few things that let it down. So use this kitchen as an example. What you see there was pretty much what we got. So a lovely property like this. I mean, the pictures were stunning. When we walked in, it was stunning, but we were instantly let down because there was nothing in the drawers. There was a couple of bits of cutlery. There was no Prosecco glasses, no whiskey glasses, a couple of cups, there was a few tumblers, there was hardly any utensils, so there was nothing there for you to cook a meal really, so you had to go out and buy it. And whoever's bought this has got a furniture pack, has done well to get it looking nice, but they haven't thought about what the guests are going to need. Now, these little things can add up when you start getting serving dishes and lots of different things. And this host hadn't done that. Now, whether they know about it or whether the management company hasn't done it, instantly, we were disappointed because there was no welcome pack. We walked in, there was absolutely nothing. There was no cleaning materials to clean it throughout, so we had to go and buy it. There was absolutely nothing, no tea, coffee in the fridge. The cupboards were absolutely bare. Now, for the price we had paid for this for 2 weeks, I forget the price, but it was probably £3,000 for 2 weeks for this villa. And they didn't think to put milk in, they didn't think to have a little coffee. Now, this was compounded in this particular instance because there was no keys in the key box and we had to wait for 2 hours for somebody arriving. So to come in and then want to get a drink or a refreshment, and it was absolutely nothing. So paying £3,000 to be there and there's absolutely nothing, and then you try to cook a meal or have a drink and there's no glasses. So this property here, as stunning as it was a kind of instant letdown. Yes, the keys weren't there, but we're in the property management industry. These things happen. Cleaners don't leave keys. Things can go logistically wrong, but what they did have the ability to control was the wow factor when we went in. Now, £3,000, could they have put a little bit of tea and coffee? At the bottom of the road was a Lidl, at the bottom of the road was 2 Spars, so literally, within 400 metres, so the cleaners could easily, logistically have done this. Paid a lot of money, and we were instantly let down. You had to go and buy all this stuff that you would never use throughout the stay. So a lot of owners start off and say, well, it's self-catering, we don't need to put anything in because they buy everything, and that is true, but the fewer items you put in, the worse it's going to be for the customer. To spend £10 to get a nice welcome pack is going to get you a 5-star review versus a 3-star review. It's going to get you people maybe staying longer. It's going to get people recommending it. So scrimping and saving in the initial things. And these people probably spent a massive amount in a furniture pack. I mean, I think this was easily a £350,000, £400,000 property, but they didn't want to spend an extra £100 to put anything in these cupboards. I mean, they were literally bare. There was hardly anything in them. And I was going to share the photos, but I can't find them. So this is a good example of why we didn't leave a rating. I'm not going to leave a negative rating because it's just not nice. But had anybody to phone us up and ask, we would have said, well, there wasn't anything there. To spend €10 over in the Canary Islands to put in a little welcome pack would have just made all the difference. It would have made us feel better initially. And actually, it would have overridden the fact that we had to sit outside, albeit in the sun and the warm, for 2 hours because the keys weren't there. So that was an instant fail. But if you'd walked in and there was a bottle of Prosecco, some chocolates, whatever that welcome pack is for that property, it would have instantly made that better. But it was a fail to get the keys, which put us not in a bad mood, but it was an instant negative. And then to go in and it to be bare, and then need to go to shops to get the bare essentials, and then need to buy things to cook a meal, instantly made this negative when it shouldn't have been, because we were on holiday. It's an amazing property, as you can see. And again, that was replicated throughout the whole property. It was just bare. Now, we did have an amazing time, and we didn't let it affect us, But that would have been a much better instant wow factor. And if we were managing a property, if we were managing that, there's just no way we would not have had a welcome pack. No way we would have had that sparse, because we'd be phoning up to get guest feedback. We would have seen from the reviews. Now, we were the second person to rent that, so I suspect as time goes on, they will adapt it. But for our owners, we want them to get it right first time, to give a wow factor for guests moving in, to get the good reviews, to get prices going up, to get people staying longer, booking again, or recommending that place to their friends and family. If you can get it right in the initial stages and not scrimp and save money, you'll earn 10 times more than you'll spend back on extra revenue.